Graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
Showed swung on, barreled out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Yes, there we go. Good evening, everybody. Welcome on into another edition of USA World Classic Baseball. It's the WBC, man. It's the World Baseball Classic. Did I just say World Classic Baseball? World Baseball Classic, man. How you guys doing? Hopefully you're all doing well, having yourselves a very fantastic day. Maybe I slept in a little bit too long today. Yes. All right. USA is playing against the Dominican Republic here in the WBC Semifinals, and I'm really excited about this. Okay. A lot to get into, a lot to talk about. And first things first, I want to get into this. Paul Skenes is going to be on the mound today for Team USA. And, of course, Luis Severino is pitching for the Dominican Republic. If USA is going to win this game today, with this Dominican Republic lineup that they have a crew. They really do. We've been talking about it throughout the whole entire WBC. Paul Skenes, though, is the type of guy who has had a lot of success against these players, against players from the Dominican Republic, and we've seen it throughout Major League Baseball during the season. So I really fully believe that if Paul Skenes can keep Dominican Republic, if he can keep them in check, I really do believe that USA is going to have a good time today getting the job done. With that being said, though, they're going to have to put up runs, and that's the other side of the equation. But Paul Skenes, like 70% of this game relies on Paul Skenes. I hate to do that, but that is just the truth, because Paul Skenes needs to keep these hitters in check. We've seen the firepower that Tatis Jr., Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Manny Machado, Junior Caminero, Juan Soto. We've seen all the types of power that team has brought to the World Baseball Classic. We've seen them provide so many runs. But Skenes, if he can keep them in check, if he can go 6 innings today, I think that you have a really good shot of winning this game. But with that being said, Bryce Harper needs to bounce out of the slump that he is in. Aaron Judge needs to bounce out of his slump that he's been in too. And so does Kyle Schwarber. And that goes to my next point here, because I'm a little bit surprised that Mark DeRosa decided not to move Bryce Terang or Pete Crow Armstrong up in the lineup, because those are your 8 and 9 hitters, and those two guys have been your best hitters in the World Baseball Classic so far. So I was a little bit confused as to why he didn't do that, and I'd like to know. I don't know if he ever answered it in a press conference or not, but personally speaking, I don't necessarily like that. The fact that they've been your 2 best hitters, they should be further up in the lineup. But that's just me. Even over a guy like Kyle Schwarber and even Gunnar Henderson. Because, again, this is an all-star type of a lineup, and we're talking about Pete Crow Armstrong and Bryce Terang, who have been your best hitters, and that's really the name of the game. So if they're your best hitters, you want them to get the most at-bats, and that's what I fully do believe in. I really do. So just something that was a little bit confusing to me. But the hitting today against Luis Severino needs to be sharp, okay? They need to make sure that Severino is working for his pitches. They need to get him out of the game as soon as possible because this is the type of guy who, if he is going into the third inning and he's looking good so far, he can be that guy that it's just like, well, it's going to be a long night. It really is. If he's dominating in the first couple of innings or so, he can eat up more innings, and he can go out there and dominate on the hill. So make this guy look uncomfortable at the very beginning of the game, work up that pitch count, get him up to 83 pitches, and force Dominican Republic to make decisions. And that's what I stand on for tonight's game. I want to hear what your final score predictions are down below. Who do you think is going to win this game and move on to the finals? And what is the final score of this game going to be? I do want to say hello to everybody in chat. Yes, I do. Atlanta Champions, thank you so much for being on here. District Nation, you are the man. Disney Mickey Superfan is also here. Yes, hopefully you're doing well, my guy. Daniel Berry Sports, of course, had to stop on in too. And then there's Lydia. I think I saw a long ball in. Yep, there he is. There he is. Hammer is here. Yes, Cool J is also here. Philly. Dude, we got a great crowd, man. Bilbo, what's going on? Drop those flags down below, baby. Yes. All right, so let's get on into the starting lineups for tonight. Again, pitching-wise, Paul Skenes is pitching for Team USA, and then for the Dominican Republic, they got Luis Severino. USA is the away team. Dominican Republic is the home team. The game is taking place out at Lone Depot Park, and here is the lineup for Team USA. They got Bobby Witt Jr. batting in the leadoff spot, batting first, playing over at shortstop. The first baseman, Bryce Harper, he will be batting second. And then it's Aaron Judge out in right field batting third. Kyle Schwarber is the cleanup hitter, and he will be DHing today. And then over at third base, it's Gunnar Henderson. He is batting in the 5 spot. Will Smith is catching, and he'll be batting sixth. Roman Anthony is batting 7th. He's playing out in left field. And then Bryce Terang is batting 8th. He's playing over at second base. And batting 9th is Pete Crow Armstrong. He is the center fielder for Team USA, and he is the caboose. So again, it's Bobby Witt Jr., Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge, Kyle Schwarber, Gunnar Henderson, Will Smith, Roman Anthony, Bryce Terang, and Pete Crow Armstrong in the lineup tonight for Team USA. And they will be facing a familiar guy in Luis Severino, who got to play with the Athletics back in 2025. And last year, well, with the Athletics, he ended up throwing his four-seamer, his sweeper, his sinker, his cutter, his changeup, and his slider. The four-seamer he threw 28% of the time, the sweeper 25%, and the sinker 20%, and all the rest of the other pitches combined 27% with the cutter, the changeup, and also the slider as well. Albert Pujols is the manager for Team Dominican Republic. They're seeking their second WBC Finals since 2013. So, and that's when they actually ended up winning. All right, the uniforms for tonight. It's dark blue for Team USA with USA painted in text on the front side of the chest, and the S is in pinstripes. It's so cool. Has the flag to it. I love that. They're also in their gray bottoms, red batting gloves as well. Severino ready to throw the first pitch. Here it comes, and that's down for ball 1, and we are underway, chat. So it's 1 ball, no strikes. Bobby Witt Jr. is in the box. Right-handed hitter, of course, for the Kansas City Royals. And the 1-0 pitch on the way, that's fouled back towards the screen. Severino firing at 98 miles per hour. Mark DeRosa, of course, the USA manager, seeking 3rd consecutive appearance in the WBC Finals, and they're hoping to get there tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike. Severino comes set and deals, swing and a miss, went to the sweeper there, and it was outside. Actually hit the outside corner, but still, Bobby swung on and missed at that. It's 1-2. We're in the top of the first already, chat. We are in the top of the first already. We'll get you the rest of the info in just a little bit as the 1-2 is fouled back. Dominican Republic is in their white and blue and red uniforms. They got Republic Dominican, Republica Dominicana as the text on the front side of the jersey. Republica is in lower text, and then right below that, Dominica is the big text. Next pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Went back to the sweeper there, and it was down low and away, and Bobby Witt Jr. is down on strikes. So there's one out here in the top of the first inning. Bobby had just struck out. And here comes Bryce Harper, who is 3 for 20 in the World Baseball Classic with just an RBI. Looking to snap out of his funk. And the pitch, it's a fastball. They try to appeal, no swing. That fastball reached 100 miles per hour from Severino. He's throwing the gas. 1 ball, no strikes. DE, thank you so much for the super chat. Here's the 1-0 to Harper, and that's lined foul. It actually hit the foul ball netting. Dilated Entertainment, you are. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man. Baseball season with JJ is here, baby. Let's go. The 1-1 pitch to Harper. It's inside for ball 2. Yes. All right, so once again, it's Harper who's up to bat right now. Aaron Judge is in the on-deck circle, and in the hole is Kyle Schwarber. 1 out, top of the first. Bobby Witt Jr. struck out against Severino. And the 2-1 from Severino, and that's a foul ball. Hit back over towards the screen. Wrong side, chat. My bad. 2 balls, 2 strikes, with 1 out in the top of the first inning. Huge pitch coming up to Harper. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He got a cutter that was off the plate and outside. And back-to-back strikeouts for Luis Severino. It was a good cutter. Harper thought that maybe it was going to go down the middle, and then it just kept tailing outside, and it went off the plate. And here comes Captain America. That's his nickname. Aaron Judge is up to bat, folks. And Judge takes a pitch that's high for ball 1. He's also been struggling in the WBC, 5 for 19. 1 ball, no strikes to Aaron Judge. And the pitch, that's a fastball at 99 at the knees for strike 1. So the count is 1-1 to Aaron Judge. Severino kicks, deals, and Judge does look at strike 2 at 99. So he's reached 100 once already and has hit 99 3 times. The defense for Team Dominican Republic, they got Wells catching, and in the infield, it'll be Perdomo at short, Machado at third, Marte at second, Guerrero Jr. at first. And Severino kicks, deals the pitch, nets down for ball 2. In the outfield, from left to right, it'll be Soto out in left, Rodriguez in center, and Tatis Jr. in right field for Dominican Republic. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Aaron Judge, and the 2-2 pitch, foul ball. That was at 97. A lot of fastballs so far, fired by Severino. No mercy rule in this round, chat. No more mercy rules, they're done. And pitchers get up to 83 pitches to throw. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the first, 2 outs. Severino kicks, deals, and Judge takes it down and away for ball 3. So the count is now full. Three balls, 2 strikes to Aaron Judge. Severino comes set, and the payoff pitch, and Judge smokes one out to left field. It'll get down for a base hit. It barely went over the glove of Perdomo. Tried to leap up and catch it. It was a bullet, and Judge gets on with a 2-out single out to left. And up next is Kyle Schwarber, as USA has a runner over at first. All right, let's see those flags, chat. Let's see those flags. We are 21 subs away from 8,500 subscribers. Charge! Schwarber's in the box. Bobby Witt struck out. Harper struck out. And Judge just got on with a single. And Kyle Schwarber is going to get hit by a pitch. And he will be rewarded first base. So they take the bat out of his hands unintentionally. And Severino hits him. And he'll be jogging on over to first base. So the potential first run is over at second base. And 2 runners are on for Team USA. And that'll bring up Gunnar Henderson. And this guy has had a lot of success against Severino. He is 7 for 9. We'll take that. That's for sure. So a 2-out single by Judge. And Schwarber got hit by a pitch. We're in the top of the first. Severino pitching for Dominican Republic. And the pitch to Gunnar, and that's down and in for a ball, was a changeup. Gunnar did not play in the last game against Canada. 1 ball, no strikes. Henderson batting .500, though, in the WBC. And the 1-0, that is outside for ball 2. So far, 19 pitches thrown by Luis Severino. 11 of them have been for strikes. 2-0 pitch. That's a foul ball. And that'll go back on over towards the screen. For Team USA, they will have Paul Skenes pitching in the bottom of the first. 2 balls, 1 strike to Gunnar Henderson. Severino kicks, fires, and there's a grounder hit over towards Marte. They played him the pull towards the right side, and the throw over to first is in time, and the inning is over. USA had an opportunity, just could not capitalize, and the inning is over. We're going to go to the bottom of the first. Tatis will lead it off when Dominican Republic and USA return. All right, chat. Oh, let's go to our monologue screen. How's everybody feeling? Let's say hi to other people over in the chat. And again, Dilated Entertainment, DE, my guy, so good to see you on here. Thank you so much for coming on by. It is baseball season, baby. The $2 super chat, that was so nice. Yes, sir. Enjoy the game, JJ. It's my birthday today, so I'm watching it with my family. Dude, have a fun time, man. I really appreciate you for coming on here. Happy birthday. Hopefully Team USA wins, of course, for your birthday, but I really hope that you have a great day, man. I hope that you've had a great day and that the rest of your day goes really, really well. All right, let's go. Let's go. Who else do we got on here? We got Michael over here. What's up, Michael? Haven't seen you on here in a little bit of time. It's good to see you here. Dr. Delay is also here. Dr. Delay, drop your link down below, my friend. Dallas Mod Grill, man, we got a really good crowd, man. I'm so happy to see you. I'm really happy to see each and every one of you on here. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button. 21 more subscribers until we get to 8,500. That's unbelievable. This whole WBC has been so incredible, and I'm very lucky. We got 68 people tuning on in. 35 of you have hit that thumbs up button. It's just a courtesy thing, so make sure that you guys do hit that thumbs up button, and that way we can get more baseball fans, more Sixers, Eagles, Phillies fans on this channel. It's great. It's absolutely awesome. All right, with that, let's take a sip of water. All right, bottom of the first coming on up. Fernando Tatis Jr. will lead it off for Dominican Republic. Ketel Marte is going to be batting second, and then it's Juan Soto batting third, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. batting fourth, Manny Machado fifth, Junior Caminero sixth, Julio Rodriguez seventh, Austin Wells eighth, and Geraldo Perdomo is batting ninth. All right, we will get to Paul Skenes in just a couple of seconds, but the one thing that I did want to make sure that I mentioned, I mean, we talked about Severino throwing 100 and throwing 99 miles per hour. I mean, it's just unbelievable. He's only thrown one pitch that hard or harder since the start of 2024, and that's courtesy of Sarah Langs. That ball that he threw to Bryce Harper that reached 100, that was really 99.8 miles per hour. Just unbelievable. So he is definitely amped up. That's for sure. 1 ball, no strikes to Tatis. And Skenes on the mound, kicks, fires, and the pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike. Just think about that. Fernando in the World Baseball Classic is 7 for 18. 1-1 is the count to the right fielder. And the pitch to Tatis, he pops it up, and it's skied over towards medium depth left field. Getting under it is Anthony, and he has to shield over towards his left, and he'll make the catch and record the first out. So Paul Skenes on the mound for Team USA. Skenes last year with the Pirates threw his four-seamer 39% of the time. Also, of course, has a sweeper, a splitter, a changeup as well, and a sinker, a slider, and a curveball. The pitch that's thrown to Ketel Marte is a fastball down the hatch at 97 miles per hour for strike 1. In the game against Mexico, he went 4 innings. He struck out 7 batters, only gave up 1 hit, 1 walk, and no runs. Here's the 0-1 from Skenes, and that's outside for a ball. So we are in the bottom of the first. The only hit by USA was a 2-out single by Aaron Judge. 1-1 to Marte, and he'll pop this one up out over towards shallow right field. Terang will wave off Aaron Judge and be there to make the catch towards that right side. And Juan Soto is up next. How about this? Juan Soto facing Aaron Judge. It's pretty wild when you think about storylines. Skenes on 6 pitches records 2 outs. Look at the signs from Will Smith. And the pitch is outside. That one reached 98 miles per hour. USA's defense will look like this. Will Smith is behind the plate. Paul Skenes is on the mound. And from first to third, it's Harper, Terang, Witt Jr., and Henderson. Next pitch. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike. In the outfield, from left to right, it'll be Anthony, Crow Armstrong, and Judge. 1 ball, 1 strike to Juan Soto, and the pitch. Ground ball diving, stop by Terang. He gets up, throws it over to first, and it's in time. They played on the pole. Bryce Terang able to flash the leather, and we're going to go to the top of the 2nd inning. Excellent job by the defensive coach, and of course, just the way that things were shifted there. That was awesome. And so we go to the 2nd, no score, out at Lone Depot Park in the World Baseball Classic Semifinals. Awesome stuff. I like that. I like that a lot. Shifted perfectly. They played on the pole, and Terang gave it everything that he had to just dive for that over towards his left side. He got up and had plenty of time to throw it over to first. Due up for Team USA, it'll be Will Smith, Roman Anthony, and Bryce Terang for them. Yes, we are at 38 likes, says Joe. That's great. So good to see you, my friend. Man, JJ, are you using your new PC or are you still on your laptop? I've been using my new PC this whole entire time. Absolutely. Absolutely, I've been using my new entire PC. And it's been going very, very well. Paul Skenes had a 1-2-3 inning thanks to Gold Glove second baseman Bryce Terang's diving stop, says Bob Nightingale. Skenes, who is on a 75 to 80 pitch limit, throws just 9 pitches in the first, and that's big. Keep that pitch count down. That would be awesome. So, if you can go 7 innings today, I think that USA has a good chance of moving on to face either Venezuela or Italy. Yes. Yes. You saw that shift? Absolutely, I did see that shift. And they played him perfectly. Excellent job. Very good stuff. All right. As far as Well, I'll read you this. Here's something interesting. All right, so who is on the Dominican Republic coaching staff, chat? That's a very good question. I'll read you all the names that I got. So we got Albert Pujols as the manager. Placido Polanco, former Philly, is the bench coach for the Dominican Republic. And then you got Rene Rojas as the hitting coach. Get rid of those bots, chat. Rene Rojas is the hitting coach. Delete those. Let's go. Yep, thank you. The pitch. Here it comes, and that's a fastball that's in there for a strike. I'm sure that we're going to see some bots tonight. I really am. Because, again, more people are covering this now that it's the semifinals. So, Will Smith just took strike one on the outside corner, and now he takes ball one inside. Wellington Cepeda is the pitching coach for Dominican Republic. Julio Bourbon is the first base coach, and at third base, it's Carlos Febles. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch, and there's a foul ball hit back over towards the screen. And the count is 1-2. They're showing Severino when he was playing with the Yankees in 2017, and his stats with that he had in 2018 as well. 1-2 pitch, and Smith is going to fight this one off as it goes over to right field. It goes over towards the line. It's a fair ball. Tatis Jr. played it on a bounce in front of him, and Smith gets on with an opposite field single. I mean, that pitch just jammed him, and the way that he was just able to fight that thing off, again, it just goes to show the underrated strength that he has, and he's aboard over at first base because of that. So USA does get their second hit of the day. The first one was a 2-out single by Aaron Judge in the first. No runs, though, in this game. And Roman Anthony is up, and he fouls off the pitch over towards the left side. Anthony's batting in the 7 hole. Up next is Bryce Tarangan. In the hole is Pete Crow Armstrong. 0-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. Very big crowd here in Miami. No balls, 2 strikes, 28 pitches thrown by Severino. Anthony, a left-handed hitter with the 0-2 pitch, fouls off a 100-mile-per-hour pitch again. This guy's throwing gas. He looks so fresh out there, Severino. No balls and 2 strikes to Roman Anthony. And the 0-2 pitch, strike 3 called at the knees. That was at 99 miles per hour, and Anthony strikes out looking. That's the 3rd strikeout from Luis Severino. Sevy right now is on the Athletics. He's now 32 years old, 6 feet 2 inches tall. And he throws a cutter that's inside at 96 to Bryce Terang, who is 7 for 15 in the Classic so far. Let's go. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. There's a grounder, hit sharply over towards Marte. The throw to second, there's 1, and the throw over to first is in time for a 4-6-3 double play. And the inning is over. And we are going to go to the bottom of the second. It is no score out in Miami. Okay. For Team USA, their staff is as follows. Okay, so they got Mark DeRosa as the manager, Michael Young as the bench coach, Freddie Gonzalez is the assistant coach, and Brian McCann. I actually forgot that McCann was on the team. He is the assistant coach, too. Sean Casey is the hitting coach, as well as Matt Holliday. And then the pitching coach is Andy Pettit. George Lombard is the first base coach. I'm a fan of George Lombard Jr. That's his son. He's good. Dino Abel is the third base coach. And then the bullpen catcher is David Ross. And so that's the coaching staff for Team USA. Cool stuff. How about Brian McCann and Michael Young? Remember all those names? Sean Casey. I remember when Sean Casey was on MLB Network and he was an analyst. I'm sure you guys remember him, of course, as a player. Matt Holliday, he was one of my favorite players growing up watching him. I always thought that he was good on the Rockies. And then when he went over to the Cardinals, I mean, gosh, that was a good team. They had Holliday and Berkman and Pujols and Carpenter. It's a pretty stat team, along with David Freese and Chris Carpenter. Yes. All right. Orlando Cepeda, I thought that he passed. Nope, Orlando Cepeda's there. PJ with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You are the best. Let's go. Congratulations to everybody that became a member. Yes. All right. I forgot to actually update my emotes tonight. Oh, dang it. I knew there was something I forgot to do. I can't do it all. All right, we're in the bottom of the second, and up next for the Dominican Republic is Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who is 7 for 14 in the World Baseball Classic so far. Vladdy is in the box. 9 pitches for Paul Skenes. And the first pitch to start off the second is taken for a called strike. On the upper tier of the zone, it was a sweeper. Love you guys. No balls, 1 strike to Vladdy. And the pitch, bouncer, hit over to third, play it on the hop. The throw over to first is in plenty of time to get the first outs. Awesome play, made over at third base by Gunnar Henderson. Took a bouncer. He was playing a little bit back towards that third base side and then just was able to face the glove down. It popped right on into the pocket of the glove. And then he just took his time, got it into the bare hand, made a nice sidearm throw. That's how he got the first out. And now it's Manny Machado coming on up to the plate. And Machado misses the fastball at 97 down the pike. The woman's champ. She is the best. Guys, I'm female. No, she's great. The ball is 1 strike and the pitch. Swing and a miss. I didn't know that until you told me a couple of it was like a week ago, I think, that you said that to me. I didn't know. But you are awesome. The ball's in 2 strikes to Manny Machado. 1 away, bottom of the second, in the 0-2 pitch. Here it comes. Strike 3 called. It was a fastball at 99. Rung him up on the outside corner. And there is out number 2 in the bottom of the second inning. That was excellent. That was excellent. So there's a backwards K. And Caminero comes up and he takes a sweeper that misses outside for ball 1. It's hard to tell with my name and my pick. Let's go, baby. 4891 is back. What's going on, dude? 1 ball, no strikes. And here's a splitter that is fouled off by Caminero. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. The way that Paul Skenes is pitching today has been fantastic. Same thing with Severino. It's like a pitching duel so far. 1-1, there's a splitter that swung on and missed. And that thing just died over towards the knees. And Caminero swung over top of it. One and two is the count. 2 away, bottom of the second. And the 1-2 pitch. And Caminero launches one out to left field, and it is good! was off of Paul Skenes. 1-0 Dominican Republic in the bottom of the second. Wow. Damn. 401 feet. That strength to hit that pitch and just be able to drill it out to left was super impressive, because that was a high fastball. Wow. And Dominican Republic up 1-0. Julio Rodriguez is up to bat now in the bottom of the second. 2 away. The pitch, here it comes. That is taken inside for ball 1. That's how you open the scoring. Damn. 1-0 pitch to Rodriguez, and that is a foul ball. Really wasn't a terrible pitch. But you be the judge. 1 ball, 1 strike to Rodriguez, and the pitch, swing and a miss, and the count is now 1-2. That guy is going to be a heck of a player. We've talked about him as well on this Dominican Republic team. He's done some really good things for Tampa Bay, and he's on his way to stardom. 1-2 pitch. It's a foul ball hit off the foot of Rodriguez. Just a one-handed swing. And my bad, chat. It wasn't a fastball that he got. It was a slider. It was a slider that hit the top of the zone. It still wasn't. I didn't think it was an egregious pitch. Missed its spot, though. The pitch to Rodriguez. He'll ground this one over towards the second baseman. And the throw on over to first base is in time by Bryce Terang. However, we are going to go to the top of the third. Dominican Republic takes a 1-0 lead on a solo blast by Caminero. And we will be right back in just a few moments. So Junior Caminero, who went yard and had 45 homers. 45 homers as a 21-year-old. Just helped Dominican Republic set the World Baseball Classic record with 15 total home runs in this WBC. Insane. Unbelievable. And we are going to go to the top of the third. It's 1-0 Dominican Republic. That was off of Paul Skenes, too. And Pete Crow Armstrong is up at the plate once the break is done. My name is Jason Joseph. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button as well, too. And turn on the notification bell icons as well. And that way you will know when we do go live. The energy and the atmosphere, according to the WBC, is just unbelievable. The WBC Twitter page, I should say. Yeah. All right. 21 more subs, man, until we get to 8,500 subscribers. 1-0, top of the third. USA down by a run. Can they make a counterpunch here? So it's Pete Crow Armstrong batting leadoff, and then it'll be Bobby Witt Jr. hitting second, and Bryce Harper will come up third in this inning. The pitch to Armstrong, and he fouls off a cutter, and so the count is 0-1. Damn. No balls, 1 strike. Armstrong in the box facing Severino, and the 0-1 is outside for ball 1. We got WBC again tomorrow night, and on Tuesday, we got Philly spring training, I believe, and then WBC. Next pitch, check swing, he went around, says the third base umpire. Armstrong 5 for 14 in the World Baseball Classic. He had that 2-homer game against Italy. One ball, 2 strikes to Pete. And the pitch. Foul ball, hit over towards the right side. Let's get JJ to 100 likes early tonight. Let's go, baby. I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Pete. And the pitch. Fouls off another fastball that reaches 99. Armstrong is the second player in Cubs history with 30-plus homers and 30-plus stolen bases in a single season. Sammy Sosa did that in 93 and in 95. The 1-2 pitch, that's high and away. Reached 100 again. Junior Camaro's 3 homers, according to Sarah Langs, are tied for the most in a single World Baseball Classic before turning 23 with Carlos Correa. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and he struck him out. That is now 4 punch-outs from Severino today. No one's catching up to that fastball of his. They're just so off balance. And he does a good job hiding it. But Harper, lefty, Anthony, lefty, and Armstrong, lefty, have struck out. And here comes Bobby Witt Jr., who's a righty, and he actually struck out in the first. Takes a ball, though, and is ahead in the count 1-0. The pitch on the way, and that's outside for ball 2. That was a cutter at 94 miles per hour. That was a crazy bat flip, man. 2-0 pitch. It's in there for a strike. We're at 60 already? Dude, we're not even past the 3rd inning, and we're at 60? Wow, much love to you guys, man. 2 balls, 1 strike to Bobby Witt Jr. And here's the pitch. And that is outside for ball 3. Javon with the sub. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. 3-1 pitch. Line drive hit out to left field. It'll get down for a base hit in front of Juan Soto. And Bobby's going to get on with a single. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I was surprised that Soto didn't run more towards that ball. I'd like to see another angle of that, but the pitch was down the middle, and Bobby Witt does get on with a single. Did he have a chance to catch that? Nah, I guess not. He didn't fully commit there, but he had to play it on the hop. It would have been a weird gamble. I understand now. The pitch, and that's inside for a ball. That was a cutter. That's to Bryce Harper. Let's go, baby. Let's bleepin' go. Charge! 1-0 pitch to Harper. Line drive down the right field line. It's a fair ball. And going all the way to second. Rounding second. Going over to third is Bobby Witt. The throw to second base to get Harper. It's not in time. Runners at second and third. USA trying to strike back. Took advantage of a pitch right down the middle, and Harper was able to extend it out to that right field corner. That's great. Also, what a hustle by Tatis, too, to be able to get to that ball. If he doesn't hustle there, then Bobby Witt scores. Here we go. It's Aaron Judge up to bat. 1 out. They're not going to walk him. And the pitch to Judge. This is grounded foul. It was actually fouled off of Judge first, and then it went over to Machado. Let's go, chat. Let's go. Schwarber's up next. Judge! The ball's and 1 strike. I guess now that you think about it, right? It's a righty versus a righty, but still. The ball's and 1 strike to Judge. The pitch. That is way up high for a ball. Joe says he could have caught it. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch to Judge. It sails outside for ball 2. We in the D is here. What's going on, dude? Good to see you on here. So it's 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 runners in scoring position. USA down 1-0 here in the top of the 3rd against Dominican Republic. The 2-1 offering, and it's in there for strike 2. Thank you so much for the sub, my friend. We are now 20 subscribers away from getting to 8,500 subscribers. Let's go. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Judge, and the pitch is outside for ball 3. And Dominican Republic fans not happy about it. It was outside, according to pitch tracks. Good job by the umpire there. That was the right call. Catcher actually did a good job framing it, too. 3-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Aaron Judge strikes out. Severino gets his 5th strikeout of the game. And there's 2 outs. So 5 of his 8 outs that he has recorded have come via strikeouts. And here comes Kyle Schwarber to the plate. All right, drop the crowns for King Kyle. Got to do it for the Philly Nation. Come on. There's a mound visit here, or a conference, I should say, between Perdomo, Wells, and Severino and Machado. Come on, Kyle. Drop those crowns in the chat. George is also here. What's up, George? How you doing, man? Good to see you on here, my friend. All right, here is Kyle Schwarber up to bat. Dominican Republic took a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 2nd on a solo homer by Caminero. USA has runners at 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs, and the first pitch is on the outside edge for strike 1. Schwarber got hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance and is up to bat for the 2nd time today. Can he come through? 0-1 pitch. Down for a ball. That was a sweeper. Some action going on in the Dominican Republic bullpen. Severino has 54 pitches. They're working up the pitch count. That's also a very good thing. 1 ball, 1 strike to Kyle Schwarber. And the 1-1, it's inside for ball 2. See, even if they're not going to get as many runs off of him, just work up that pitch count. Get him out of the game. That needs to be the strategy. 2 balls, 1 strike to Kyle Schwarber. The 2-1 pitch, and Schwarber fouls off a fastball at 98, and it goes back towards the screen. Dominican Republic fans on their feet. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 3rd. Pitch number 57 coming up from Severino. And the 2-2 on the way. Strike 3 called. It was a sweeper down the middle, and Schwarber watched it go by. Wow. And Severino strikes out the side. And even though it got dicey, he got himself out of the jam, and the emotion that he has is just unmatched. And we are going to go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Another opportunity for USA, and they couldn't do anything. That's now 2 chances that they've had today with 2 guys on base, and they could not score. Damn. Wow, he is... I mean, it was a good pitch. I am just shocked. I'm shocked that Kyle Schwarber took that. I am shocked that he took that pitch. Severino screams and just marched off that mound after striking out Judge and Schwarber, stranding runners at 2nd and 3rd. Damn. Ay, ay, ay. When did I get a membership? When did you get a membership? You just got one 22 minutes ago from PJ. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to Dr. DeLay, Javon, Dilated Entertainment, and Disney Mickey Superfan, because PJ just donated 5 memberships 22 minutes ago. Crazy. All right. Oh, chat. That's too bad. Austin Wells, Geraldo Perdomo, and Fernando Tatis Jr. are coming on up. A Mets reporter just said this. Hey, Athletics, you want Shaw Mania back in exchange for Luis Severino? That's funny. I got to give him that. That's funny. Three innings for Sevy, 4 hits, no runs, no walks, and he has punched out 6 batters today. USA has 4 hits. Dominican Republic just has 1, and it was a solo home run by Caminero. All right. Up to bat is Austin Wells, getting his first AB of the night. Skenes with 23 pitches, falls behind in the count early on, and the count is 1-0. One ball and no strikes. The windup and the pitch. There's a strike at 97. So tomorrow night, it'll be Italy who takes on Venezuela. And the winner of this game will take on the winner of that game on Tuesday in the championship game. Next pitch, and that's a foul ball. Of course, we got you covered throughout the rest of the way. 1-2 is the count to Austin Wells. 1-0 Dominican Republic. That game tomorrow night, same time, same place. 1-2 pitch, here it comes, swing and a miss. And there is out number 1 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That is the second strikeout that Skenes has had today. And Geraldo Perdomo is up. That's funny. pitch. That is on the outside corner for a strike. Taken by Perdomo. Nothing in one. And the pitch from Skenes, swing and a miss. A nice fastball. Just kept rising above the zone. And Perdomo was late. 29 pitches from Paul Skenes. Here's the 0-2 on the way. It's high for a ball. Taking at 97 miles per hour. Skenes gets the signs again. Comes set and fires. And that hits Perdomo on the foot. Got him right there. And unfortunately, Skenes was in front of the count. And he hits him. He will be rewarded first base. Perdomo does take off his strap right by his shin. Got him right on the back foot. He sort of just squatted down on his knees. So that's the second hit batsman that we have seen today. The first one, though, from Paul Skenes for Team USA. And Tatis comes on up. Fernando 0 for 1, flied out to left his first time up. First pitch, that's at 98. That's a little bit high for ball one. Marte waits up next. He popped out to second his last time up. To the second baseman, I should say. 1-0. And that is up high for ball two. And a final appeal, they said he did not go. It was funny because on that play, Will Smith was he put his glove out, was looking all around the field, looked over at first, then looked over at second, and then the home plate umpire said, okay, appeal, and then first base umpire said, 2-0 pitch. It's inside and taken for ball three. So he's falling behind in the count. Has to work his way out of this. 23 strikes, 11 balls. And he has 34 pitches. Fernando Tatis Jr. in the batter's box with a 3-0 count here. One away, bottom of the third. The 3-0 pitch, that's called a strike. Looked a little bit inside. And the count is 3-1. It did. It looked a little bit inside there. It was a good pitch. It was. Hopefully that'll help Skenes. Here's the toss back over to first. It's not in time. Perdomo didn't even have to dive back in there. Just got back to the bag standing up. 57 pitches for Severino and 35 for Skenes. 3 balls, 1 strike here. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. Perdomo leads off over at first. And the next pitch is grounded over to third. Here's the throw to second. There's one. The throw on over to first is not in time. Tatis was busting his way down that line. There's 2 away. So Gunnar played it on the hop, fired it over to Terang at second, and then Terang got it off as quickly as he could over to first. Just no way to get the speedster Tatis. That is a 5-4 fielder's choice. And it's Marte's turn to bat with 2 away. Two outs, bottom of the third. The pitch is up high for a ball. Tatis thought about going over to second. The catcher got into a standing position, and Tatis went back on over to first. Javon, thank you so much. Oh, wait, that was, I thought that he subscribed to the channel. No, he did not. Thank you so much, though, for the 5 gifted memberships, though, PJ. So the 1-0 pitch. There's a line drive over the head of Terang out to right field. Tatis will go over to third. The throw by Judge. He's out. Aaron Judge does it again. What a throw by Judge all the way over to Gunnar Henderson. And Henderson swiped him right on the back. I didn't think he had a chance to get him. And he got him. They just went to a break. That thing did not even hit the ground when he threw it. Gosh. Wow. I want to see a replay of that throw. That was a cannon of a throw. Wow. That was a gem. Are you kidding me? I need replay. I need replay too, man. I gotta watch that again. I could watch that highlight for hours. I mean, just he got to the ball and he had to reach back really far to make that throw. It did not even hit the ground. Like, you have one chance to make that out. It has to be on the money of a throw. And the swipe has to be right there. Like, you got to give it to Gunnar right in the pocket of that glove. You know, hold it right by the letters and then just have him just go down with it. And he did. That was perfect. They did go to a break. They say that it is going to the bottom of the third right now. Or that's going to the fourth. But again, we still have to... They cut to a break. It was a heck of a throw, though. No doubt about it. Really good throw. He's back in the dugout, so that must mean that he threw him out. That's great. Literally did not even hit the ground. Threw it right at the letters, and then Henderson actually swiped him right on the left shoulder. Got him on the left shoulder. I thought he got him on the back at first. No. Got him on the left shoulder. And Judge just got high fives. Here's Gunnar Henderson. And the pitch, and that's a sweeper, and that's fouled away. We're at 73 likes. No balls and one strike. The pitch, swing and a miss. We're showing the ground screw going on out there right as they were waiting, and I don't think that they weren't gonna challenge it. He was out. So no challenge applied, nothing. No balls, 2 strikes. Severino throws a sweeper, and that misses outside for a ball. That's 60 pitches, by the way, for Luis Severino. And he gets 83. They all get 83 now. It's not 65 anymore. The 1-2 pitch. That's a foul ball. And it goes back over towards the screen. Gosh. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch to Gunnar. That's down for ball 2. Dude, I got to cut that call. That's like one of those calls like where I just say, like, man, I got to cut that. That was freaking amazing. Heck of a play. 2-2 outside for ball 3. Not to toot my own horn, but I think that honestly on here, I think that was my best defensive call that I've had. I think that was pretty good. That was not bad. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 4th. 3-2 pitch. That's a foul ball. That goes on out of play. All right, come on. 1-0 is the score. Dominican Republic is up against USA. Henderson with a 7-pitch AB here. Can he get on? 3-2 pitch. Foul ball. And Sevy's still firing 97. So Dominican Republic leads at 1-0. Severino today, 3 innings, 4 hits, no runs, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. The pitch to Gunner. That one is drilled out to right field. We are tied. It's a 1-1 ball game in the top of the 4th. Gunnar Henderson just tied it up on a 400-foot home run out to right center. 1 ball, no strikes to Will Smith. Gosh. Skenes gave up a solo home run to Caminero in the 2nd inning, and that just happened too. Here's the pitch on the way to Smith. He launches this one out to left field. Soto near the track, and he'll make the catch. It was a line drive, and Soto had to go towards that left center field alleyway to just gun that thing down, and he was able to get the outs. Gosh. As soon as they showed Gunner making that pose, you just knew. You knew that that thing was a goner. And Severino, his night is done. So, we are in the top of the 4th. We got a pitching change with 1 out in the 4th inning. We're all knotted up at 1 apiece. And so, we have a pitching change. Gunnar Henderson with a beautiful swing. USA, by the way, in case you're just tuning on in, USA had 2 chances to score with 2 runners on base. One was in the 1st, and Judge was over at 2nd. Schwarber was at 1st, and Gunnar Henderson grounded out to 2nd to end that inning. And then in the 5th inning, Bobby Witt Jr. singled, and Bryce Harper doubled with 1 out. And Judge and Schwarber struck out to end that inning with runners at 2nd and 3rd. And finally, USA on the 6th hit, and it was a big one. They tied it up at 1 apiece on a Gunnar Henderson blast out to right center. We also saw an incredible throw from Aaron Judge. I mean, Marte singled out to right field, and Tatis was going on over to 3rd, and Aaron Judge fired a cannon. And Gunnar Henderson at 3rd swiped out Fernando Tatis Jr. on that left shoulder as he was diving into 3rd. Crazy. Let's go. Back in business. This feels like America's opening day. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Gregory Soto is on the mound now for Team Dominican Republic. JJ, who hit the home run? I just said it. I just said that it was, I just said that Gunnar Henderson drilled it. Top of the 4th, 1 away. And Roman Anthony was struck out looking. His first time up is coming up to bat against Soto. 1 out, top of the 4th. And the pitch, it's upstairs and taken for ball 1 at 83 miles per hour. hit that thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. 1-0 pitch, and that's outside for ball 2. What a great game this is. We knew that this was going to be a big one, just like that Venezuela-Japan game last night. 2-0 is the count to Anthony. And a pitch inside and high for ball 3. So Soto is out of sorts. Three balls, no strikes. And the pitch. Fastball down the middle at 97 miles per hour. Soto's hair has gotten a little bit long. Remember, the Phillies got him a couple of years ago, or they got him a little bit ago, along with Cody Clemens in that trade for Matt Vierling. The pitch. That is a foul ball hit over towards the left side. Who was the other person that was a part of that deal, chat? It was Vierling, and there was an infielder, I believe. It wasn't Moniak. Who was the other person? 3-2 pitch. There's another fly ball hit out over towards right center field, and that one is gone! USA on top, 2-1 in the 4th inning. Bryce Terang up next. First pitch to Bryce, and he fouls it off over towards the left side. Somebody just said, thank you, Gregory Soto. That pitch was right down the middle. Right down the middle. And Roman Anthony knew as soon as he got a piece of it that it was just going to hit that lawn out in right center field, and actually hit the fence. And then it went back to the lawn. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's a sweeper. That's in there for strike 2. And that's amazing because that's the deepest part of the ballpark, too. Gosh. 20 more subs, by the way, till we get to 8,500. The 0-2 is high at 98 miles per hour for ball 1. So who was the other guy that we traded? Do you guys remember who it was? I forget. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're talking about the Cody Clemens, Gregory Soto trade. Phillies fans. 1-2 pitch. That's down for ball 2. Wasn't it like Nick Maton or something like that? Could have been Nick Maton that we traded in that deal. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, here it comes, and that's up high for ball 3. The Sox have been showing up for U.S. Yeah, I guess so. Three balls, 2 strikes. USA fans are loud. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Soto gets a strikeout. Terang goes after a pitch that was out of the zone and away. And there's 2 outs in the 4th inning. Huge swings by Henderson and Anthony. They were solo shots. Anybody? The pitch. That is taken down for a ball. It's going to bug me. Thanks. 1-0 pitch. There's a swing and a miss. Phillies receive Seth Johnson and Moises Chate. Orioles receive. No, I'm talking about when we got him from the Tigers. When we first got him from the Tigers. When we traded for Gregory Soto, I remember that we got Cody Clemens in the deal too. And we traded two players, I remember. The pitch, that's grounded off the glove of Soto, and that is going to result in an infield single. Soto says, my bad. The ball popped out of his glove on the ground. He got the glove down on it, and then right behind him to try to back him up and just eat it was Marte. And that is an infield single, I guess, by Pete Crow Armstrong. Yeah, got the glove down, played it on the hop, and it just bounced on out of the glove. I think it was Nick Maton that we traded, and Matt Vierling. And Albert Pujols is going to make a move. All right. So Pujols is going to take the ball out of Soto's hands, and that is going to do it. Okay, for him. It's going to bug me. I need to know. Phillies trade for Gregory Soto. It was Nick Maton, and it was Matt Vierling. I was right. And then it was Donnie Sands. I don't know who Donnie Sands is. But that's who the Phillies traded for when they got Gregory Soto and Cody Clemens. And that was in January of 2023. It was bugging me. That's crazy, though. All right. Yes, 2-1 USA. They lead it. They had two solo home runs just hit in the fourth inning. We're still in the fourth, by the way. But Gunnar Henderson went yard, and Roman Anthony also went yard. There were two solo shots, and they're up 2-1. They were down 1-0 on a solo homer by Caminero. Severino was pitching fine, and USA worked up his pitch count a little bit. 3 1/3, 5 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. I will say, though, that I'm a little bit surprised that Albert pulled him when he did. I know that he gave up the homer to Gunnar, right? He did. And then he got Smith to fly out, but he decided to go lefty-lefty with Roman Anthony and have Gregory Soto go out there. Obviously, it didn't work, but still kind of shocked. Pete Crow Armstrong got on with the, I guess they called it an infield single, right, chat? Or was that an E1 on Soto? Juan Mejia is going to go out there to pitch for Team Dominican Republic and try to get the final out of the fourth as the flip of the lineup card is made and Bobby Witt Jr. is back up. No balls and 1 strike. 2 outs, top of the fourth. And here's the 0-1. It's outside and taken for ball 1. So 1-1 is the count to Bobby Witt Jr. And the pitch on the way, swing and a miss. That was at 98 miles per hour. Crazy. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Bobby Witt Jr. 2 away, and the 1-2, and that's outside for ball 2. All right. When we go to the bottom of the fourth, chat, we are going to go raid Bad Dog. We're going to go send a raid over his way. 2-2 pitch on the way, swing and a miss. And we're going to go do it right now. So Mejia strikes out Bobby Witt Jr. All right. And we are going to go to the bottom of the fourth. However, 2 solo home runs give USA the lead. Gunnar Henderson hits 1, and the other one comes from Roman Anthony. Let's go say hi to our man, Bad Dog. All right, let's go say hi to Bad Dog. We're going to go raid this channel right now. Here it is. All right. And I hope to see you guys on over there. Tell him I said hi. Here's Juan Soto up at the plate. And the pitch, line drive, hit out to right field. Judge dives, makes the catch, and there's out number 1. Aaron Judge with the defense. That's how you play against your former teammate. Let's go. Sorry, I was watching Bad Dog. He's like, "Who's JJ?" I mean, I don't usually comment, but like, that was funny. That was great. Shout out to my guy Bad Dog. The pitch. That's a foul ball. And the count is 0-1. He's like, "Who's JJ?" That's good. I like it when people find out about me, The ball is 1 strike. And here's the 0-1 to Vladdy. And that misses inside for a ball. Okay. So Soto lines out to right. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Skenes with 43 pitches. Comes set and deals. And Vladdy grounds this one over towards the third base side. It is a foul ball, though. Aaron Judge just made, what's the second best defensive play? All rise for the captain, man. It's great. Love that the first stream I come across as a fellow Phillies fan. Dude, shout out to you, man. 1-2 pitch on the way. Line drive, base hit out to left field. That's going to go all the way over towards the wall. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will jog on over to second base standing up. And he gets on with a 1-out double in the bottom of the 4th. Brace yourselves. All right. Time to lock back in, chat. Judge's defense is great, but hard contact by this Dominican team against Paul Skenes. Not happy about that. Oh, man. Big shout out to you, though, man. I appreciate you for coming on by. I love my guy Bad Dog, man. I don't usually like to comment, but I thought tonight, I saw him streaming, and I was like, you know what, let's just go raid him, That's my guy, though. The pitch to Machado. That is a foul ball. Count is 0-1. He's like, am I missing something? Like, who's JJ? And, of course, why would anybody from there, know me, It's just funny. The ball is 1 strike. There's the 0-1 to Machado. That's a foul ball. Hit back on over towards the screen. It's funny, I was watching a Mike Francesca video, and I actually saw him comment on it, and that was 12 years ago, and I was like, bro, Bad Dog commented on this? I mean, he is a New York fan. 0-2 pitch, ground ball, diving stop by Bobby Witt Jr., and everybody's going to be safe. He bobbled it for a second, but thank goodness he kept it out in front of him because Vladdy at least would have went over to third. He could have possibly scored there, but runners are over at first and second. And Machado gets on with an infield single. That changes things. At least he kept the ball in front of him. Dive and stop, I will say. So 1 out, bottom of the 4th. We cover the WBC. We cover Major League Baseball. We cover the Phillies, the Sixers, and the Eagles, of course, on this channel as well. We do an old school radio play-by-play style. All right, it is a 2-1 USA game. Skenes on the mound versus Caminero. Caminero won the battle the first time. And the first pitch takes a fastball at 99. Surprised that he just let that one go by. Right down the hatch. .49 pitches for Paul Skenes. No balls, 1 strike, and the next pitch is low at 98 for ball 1. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Junior Caminero. Skenes will deliver from the stretch, and here it comes. Ground ball hit over to shortstop. Witt throws it to second, and did they get the out? They did. They did get the out at second. Terang dropped the ball, though. And the question is, did he drop it after he did he catch it? Or did he just bobble it after trying to get the ball into his bare hand? So they're not going to challenge this. They said that the out was recorded at second, so Machado is out. And Caminero is aboard over at first because of the bobble from Terang. He did catch it. He caught it. But then when he tried to get it into his bare hand, he just fumbled the ball. And so the inning will continue because of that. It was a good throw, too, by Gunnar. Just Terang misplayed it. At least he got the out, though, at second. Julio Rodriguez is now up, and Rodriguez with the pitch. He went around. That was a strike. So it's a 6-4 fielder's choice, and I will also call it an E4. No balls, 1 strike. Tying run at third. That's Vladdy. And the 0-1 is inside at 99 for ball 1. Just would have been nice to not see Skenes throw more pitches. He fumbled the transfer. One ball, 1 strike. And here's the 1-1 pitch. That's chopped foul towards the third base dugouts. Soto barehands it. And it will be a souvenir for Dominican Republic. Sup, JJ? Best, funniest crash out of Bad Dog in the 5th. The best, funniest crash out of Bad Dog is 5th inning of the World Series versus the Dodgers, Game 5, when all goes badly. Dude, I remember watching that, too. I do remember watching that. I felt bad for him, man. I did. I felt bad. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. And the 1-2 pitch. Did it hit him? It did. It got him on the hand. And that's the second hit batsman that Skenes has hit today. Got him on the hand. Pujols and the trainer are out there to go check up on him. He is squatting down. He's hunched over. Trainer's trying to talk to him in his left ear. His hands are dangling. He'll take off his strap. Now they're showing a replay. That was like the pinky / wrist area that it got a hold of. Damn. Ouch. And Austin Wells is going to come on up. I was thinking at first, did it get the knob of the bat? Because it's always tough near that area. Because you wonder, when the batter's about to swing, and with the way that he holds the bat, did it get the knob of the bat? And it did not. So bases are loaded. Not really the situation that you wanted Paul Skenes to be in at all. And Austin Wells is up. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in the 3rd. We are 20 subscribers away from 8,500 subs. And the pitch to Wells. He chops it foul towards the right side. Two to 1 USA. Bottom of the 4th. 2 outs. Bases loaded. Just 2 solo homers from USA today. One by Gunnar Henderson. The other one by Roman Anthony. And the 0-1, and that is inside and high for ball 1. Dominican Republic also had a solo shot from Junior Caminero. They took the lead in the bottom of the 2nd. And then those 2 solo homers from Gunnar and Anthony came in the top of the 4th. 1-1 pitch. Line drive. Foul ball towards the right side. Ooh. Close. 58 pitches for Paul Skenes. saw some great defense, and then in this inning, we've seen some sloppy defense. Time will be called. But then we also, I forgot to mention that we saw the nice diving catch by Judge against Soto. That did come in this inning. That was the first out. 1-2 is the count. Wells in the box. Bases loaded. Skenes, can he get out of the jam? The 1-2 pitch. Foul ball. You got Rodriguez over at first. He got hit by a pitch. Caminero is over at second base. He got on with a fielder's choice. And then Vladdy is over at third. He got on with a double. One ball, two strikes, and the 1-2 pitch on the way. Fly ball hit out over towards medium depth left field. This should do it. Anthony's there. Doesn't even have to move. Will make the catch, and the inning is over. Whew. Harper, Judge, and Schwarber are going to come on up to the plate as we head to the fifth inning. 2-1, USA. Skenes got out of it. Great. Thank goodness that he got out of it at the very least. We saw Judge also make an incredible throw to get Tatis Jr. out at third base, and that was to end the bottom of the third inning, and then in the bottom of the fourth, he had a nice diving catch. And don't forget that single that Machado had. Gunnar Henderson, over at shortstop, it was Bobby Witt Jr. who had an excellent diving stop up the middle, but then he sort of bobbled it, deflected off of his glove, and he stayed out in front of it. That could have caused Guerrero to go to third or score. All right, let's go. Taco Tom still here. So the limit again is 83 pitches. There are no mercy rules, chat, from now forward. No more mercy rules. The pitch count for a pitcher goes up to 83. It was at 65 before, and now it's at 83. All right, it's Bryce Harper who's going to lead it off for Team USA. Why are they showing? Yeah, okay, there we go. Bryce Harper is up right now. Let's go, chat. 20 more subs. 20 more subs. The first pitch to Harper, and he pops this one up out over to shallow left field, and the catch is made by Juan Soto as he came jogging on in, and there's out number one. Got a fastball down the middle, and he got underneath it. So there is out number one. Judge singled in the first. 1 for 2 on the day. Top of the fifth, one out. The pitch from Mejia is a slider that's up high. Juan Mejia on the bump. That was way too close, it was. 1 ball, no strikes to Judge. And the pitch, that ball is absolutely tattooed out to center field, but Rodriguez at the wall makes the catch. Oh, gosh. Rodriguez jumped up, and he just caught that thing. He's all fired up. He had to go back to the wall. He jumped up, he caught it, and there is out number 2. The look on Judge's face on Judge's face. He thought that that thing was gone. And it was sent pretty high, but then it went back towards the warning track, and Rodriguez just jumped up, made a Spider-Man catch, and there's out number 2. Gosh. Schwarber's up, and the pitch, swing and a miss. That was an incredible catch by Rodriguez. And Judge just threw that bat over and said, darn it. What a game. Schwarber's in the box. No balls, 1 strike, and Schwarber's pitch is fouled back towards the screen. Damn. No balls, 2 strikes. Schwarber in the box, and the 0-2 pitch is a slider that's down and inside for a ball. He just took away a home run to Aaron Judge. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch to Schwarber, and that's a foul ball that was thrown at 100 miles per hour. Freaking baseball, man. That was crushed. But Rodriguez made an excellent catch. The 1-2 on the way to Schwarber. He grounds this one past the dive of Ketel Marte. Tatis gets over to it, though, in the outfield. And Kyle Schwarber gets on with a 2-out single in the top of the 5th. Gosh. And Gunnar Henderson is coming on up. Come on, they need an insurance run here. Albert is going to make a signal to the bullpen. And so we're going to have another pitching change. All right, 2-1 USA against Dominican Republic. This is why Rodriguez is such an incredible defensive center fielder. Sit towards the deepest part of the ballpark. All right, so Juan Mejia is done. The 25-year-old will go back to the dugout, and Pujols will make another move. Who does he bring in? Needs some damage, dude. What's up, Scott? How you doing, man? Oh, I guess there we go. That ball looked like it would bounce off the wall, though. Nah, he reached up over the wall. He reached up over the wall. It still is a ridiculous catch. I bit my mouth for a second, and then I saw the replay. That would have been a home run. All right. We're in the top of the 5th. There's 2 away. Schwarber's batting .364 with a .981 OPS in the WBC after that hit. Rodriguez got Tatis Jr. and Soto over just to describe that catch. See that he's still sweating. Man. Huascar Brazoban is going to pitch. And the Met went 52 games last year. Had a 3.57 ERA, 57 strikeouts in 63 innings. Hit that thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. 2 outs, top of the 5th. Runner on over at first, and Gunnar Henderson, who homered his last time up, is coming on up to the plate. It's a heavyweight matchup. This and that Venezuela game, man. Let's go, people. 2 outs, top of the 5th. Henderson in the box. And we have time called very quickly. The pitch to Gunner. That's up high and away for a ball. We got 95 people tuning on in. 96 likes. Let's go. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball hit over towards the first baseman. Vladdy has it, and he will tag the bag for out number 3. And we will go to the bottom of the 5th. Perdomo, Tatis, and Marte are due on up. Wow. We already have 96 likes. You guys are the best, man. Gosh. Insane. 1-2-3 inning for the pitching staff. So that was Brazaban who came on in the pitch. Oh, man. Golly. There was a picture that I saw on Twitter today, chat, and it was Juan Marichal. Juan Marichal was wearing a República Dominicana jersey. He's 88 years old, Juan Marichal, the first native of the Dominican Republic elected to the Hall of Fame. He was out in Miami. That's a big smile, man. That's so cool. Only baseball, right? This is baseball. Oh, Marichal, my dad was a Giants, still is a Giants fan. San Fran, of course. Just hit a Honda, let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Oh, I love you guys, thank you. Oh, you guys are the best. Let's go. Geraldo Perdomo is going to step on up to the plate. First plate appearance, he got hit by a pitch. Skenes has 60 pitches. Come on, Paul. Come on, Paul. Let's go. All right, Paul Skenes on the mound. He gets set at the letters. He winds up. He kicks. He fires. And that's a fastball in the upper tier at 96 miles per hour for strike 1. Count is 0-1 to Perdomo. The ball is 1 strike, and the next pitch is a curveball that Perdomo gets a little piece of. It is really cool. Let's go, baby. That's the 4th day in a row that we've hit 100 likes on this WBC. For this WBC, it's great. And again, we're going to be doing other Major League Baseball games once this is done. I'm so excited for baseball season. 0-2 pitch. This is popped up out over towards shallow left center field. Who's going to get it? It'll be Roman Anthony, who comes jogging on in to make the catch. And out number 1 is recorded. And it's cool, right? Because you can be going to the gym, you could be in your car, you could be on here, you could be having a good time, you can just be listening on in, and that's why we try to give that radio play-by-play, guys. It's really important. And, of course, we love interacting with chats. That's important, too, but we just have to remember that not everybody is by their phones or by their devices that they're tuning on in from. Some of them are also watching on their TV. Tatis is in the box. He's 0 for 2 today. Skenes comes set and deals. And there's a splitter that's inside. That was at 94 miles per hour for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 1-0 to Tatis, and he lines it foul towards the third base side. Sort of got in on him a little bit. It's funny, after Aaron Judge got robbed, he even cracked a little smile. He's made some great defensive plays today. I guess that's only apropos that would happen to him. 1 ball, 1 strike to Fernando Tatis Jr. Skenes comes set, kicks, fires, and that is topped over towards the third base side, and Henderson let it go. That was hit over towards the third base line, and he thought about fielding it and then said, you know what, I'm just going to let that thing go because he would not have gotten Tatis out. I'd like to see how he was running. He might have. He had a decision to make. It's a weird decision. One and two is the count. 1 away, bottom of the 5th. That's the one thing about changing a position that people don't realize. I mean, yeah, like you have to know the position, but you got to think about those things. 1-2. That's a foul ball. Hit back over towards the screen. One ball, 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 5th. 1 away. 2-1 USA. Skenes winds up and fires. There's a bouncer. Hit over to third. This will be fair. Barehanded, and the throw to first is not in time. Man, Gunnar Henderson almost made a ridiculous play at third. He caught it with his bare hand as he was jogging on over to get that ball. He was really running, but still caught it with the bare hand and almost made a barehanded throw over to first base to get Tatis. It was just a bang-bang play. Did it pull Harper off the line a little bit? It did, but I think Tatis would have beaten that out. It would have been close. Nonetheless, he really did try there. I assume that they will rule that as an infield single. And the pitch, swing and a miss. This is Ketel Marte who's up to bat. So again, bottom of the 5th. 1 out. And the 0-1 is a changeup that misses away and high. Rogers is warming up in the pen. The pitch count, by the way, for Skenes is 70. He has 83 pitches. Can he get out of the inning? 1 ball and 1 strike. And 1 out in the pitch. There's a line drive that goes over the head of the shortstop Witt out to center field. Pete Crow Armstrong is going to throw it back to the cutoff man. And Tatis will stay right where he is at second base. That's back-to-back singles. With 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. And up next is Juan Soto. Good piece of hitting by Marte there. No chance that Bobby would have caught that. We need a bald eagle USA design. Chat, you guys are great. Marta Rosa is going to take Skenes out now. The question is, who's he going to bring in? And we'll find out more after the break. So we have a pitch and change. And Soto, and then if he gets on, or if he just gets 1 out, then it'll be Guerrero. That's it for Paul Skenes. He gets they call it a rousing ovation from the USA fans as the Dominican Republic thrilled to see him leave. Why wouldn't they be thrilled? Thank you all so much, man. Now they're playing with heart. They're playing with everything. I was actually listening, chat. I was listening to Vinny Pasquantino's interview that he did on Rich Eisen. Like, just, Rich Eisen, and he's a great interviewer, by the way. I love listening to Rich Eisen, of course, talk about NFL, but for any of the sports, he does such a great job interviewing. And he's just he's a great play-by-play announcer as well. But anyhow, he had Vinny Pasquantino on his show, and Vinny, a very down-to-earth person. He talked about how, like when they got there, like they got a little bit of a tour of Italy, and how they really got to learn more about like family heritage and learn more about the culture over there. And it's just like a really nice thing. Like they really take this stuff seriously. And some of them, like, people will say, well, like these are major leaguers, or some of them are major leaguers going on over there. But I still think it's really cool to just learn more about your family. Where do you come from? And I'm happy that they're even doing those types of things, like taking trips, looking at places, doing sightseeing and that type of stuff, because that, to me, tells me how serious this is. Tyler Rogers is going to pitch for Team USA. We're in the bottom of the fifth. There's one out. Rogers with the Orioles had a 9-3 record last year, and he'll have to face Juan Soto in this spot. And first, he will disengage with Tatis at second. Didn't even think about throwing it over to second, but just looked over there. Oh, this is a big spot. Bottom of the fifth, one out. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. Tatis dances off the bag, and the first pitch is outside for ball one. Rogers gets set, kicks, fires, bouncing ball, hit over towards the shortstop. The tag to second, there's one. The throw to first, there's two. Rogers escapes out of the jam. DeRosa's move worked. And we go to the sixth. Great job by Rogers. Wow. And an awesome play as well by Bobby Witt Jr. to be able to get to that ball on the bounce, up the middle, tag second base, and then just fire a missile over to first. A 6-3 double play. That's awesome. Whew. They needed that. That was huge. That was huge, man. All right. Scott, thanks so much for being on here, man. I love you, buddy. So good to see you, dude. All right, it is now 9:56 p.m. Eastern Time. How do we get here, JJ? That's a very good question. Let's talk about that right now. So, it's a 2-1 game. Doesn't look like on the outside that a lot has happened. Oh, there's been a lot that's happened in this game. Let's put it in this perspective, okay? Look at this. Okay. USA today is 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. I don't know if you guys see this right here. They are 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. They've left 6 men on base, chat. 6 men on base. Dominican Republic has left 5 men on base, and they are 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position. And it's just been quite a game. It really has. Dominican Republic took a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the second on a solo home run by Junior Caminero off of Paul Skenes. And then USA had 2 solo shots in the 4th inning. One was from Gunnar Henderson. The other one was from Roman Anthony. We've also seen some incredible defense on both sides. Julio Rodriguez robbed Aaron Judge on at least an extra base hit. I think it could have been a home run. He leaped up, he made the catch at the wall, and that was a big one. Aaron Judge also earlier in the game gunned out Tatis over at third base on just a heck of a throw that didn't even hit the ground. And got the third out that way, and Tatis was out. He also made a nice diving catch, too, out in right field to rob Juan Soto on a base hit as well. Will Smith is up at the plate. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Severino got the start, by the way, as well for the Dominican Republic. He went 3 1/3, allowed 5 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, and struck out 6. Will Smith is up. It's now 1-1 to him. Just wanted to catch everybody up for those of you tuning on in. 1-1 pitch. That's up high for ball 2. That was a cutter. Skenes went 4 1/3, gave up 6 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, and he struck out 2. 2-1 pitch. Here it comes. And that's lined foul towards the left side. 2-1 USA. 20 more subscribers until we get to 8,500 subs. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Will Smith. Brazaban still pitching for Dominican Republic. He has 6 pitches. And the 7th one, here it comes, swing and a miss. Will Smith strikes out on a high cutter that was above the zone, and there's out number 1. In the top of the 6th inning. And it's Roman Anthony coming on up now. He homered his last time up. Anthony will stare at a changeup. That's high and away for ball 1. Drop those flags down below, chat. 1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. One ball, 1 strike, and the pitch, swing and a miss. It was a changeup at 90 miles per hour that just sailed outside. We've reached the 10 o'clock hour on the East Coast. 1-2 is the count to Roman Anthony, left-handed hitter, facing a righty in Brazaban. 1-2 on the way. Strike 3 called. It was a sinker at 96 on the inside edge at the knees. And there's out number 2. Back-to-back strikeouts for Huascar Brazaban in the 6th inning. And it's Bryce Terang who's up at the plate next. But before that, we have a timeout taken on the mound here. Come on, man. Let's go. Justin says I'm 42, so not a youngster by any means, but would like to be a good conduit to the younger generation. That's how I feel too, you know. That's really how I feel. I really am hoping that, you know, whatever I do on here. And again, this is why we're going to do more philanthropy this year. Because I want to definitely, you know, I love calling games. That's pretty cool. But, you know, I felt so good when we raised all that money for the Desart and the Homia Foundation last year in honor of my brother. And it really inspired me to try to do some more stuff this year during baseball season. The pitch, here it comes, swing and a miss. And by the way, chat, I don't know if you guys know this, but I did donate myself too. You know, I hosted the fundraising stream, but I made a big contribution myself as well. Because how can I not? 0-1, and that's in there for strike 2. Brazaban on the bump. And the 0-2 pitch, here it comes, swing and a miss. Brazaban strikes out the side, gets a 1-2-3 inning, and 4, 5, and 6 are due up for Dominican Republic when they return. It's still a 2-1 game. USA is still on top. How many of you guys were here during that fundraising stream that we did? We were on for like 22 hours, I believe. It was like 20 hours at the very least. How many of you guys were here for that? Drop a 1 down below if you were here. I'm unfamiliar with the fundraiser as a newbie, unfortunately. Long story short, I had an older brother who had really severe special needs. He passed away in 2020, and he had this rare Jewish genetic disorder called familial dysautonomia, and we raised over $6,000 last year. We did a stream. We did a Diamond Zone stream. So I do this thing called MLB Diamond Zone. I try to do it at least like once a week where I do like it's like Red Zone. It's like NFL Red Zone, but it's like a play-by-play of like what's going on in baseball. So there's like situations like if Manny Machado's up with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th inning, I go to that game. I change the scoreboard on here so that way it's like easy to follow. But if you're like a diehard baseball fan, I do that. And so the slate of games that day on that Thursday, Phillies did not play. And we did 12 hours of streaming from 1 o'clock until 1 o'clock in the afternoon until 1 o'clock a.m. with all the late games that were going on. And we made it a 2-day stream. Then we did one during the Phillies game. I did a presentation about what FD was, and I educated everybody on familial dysautonomia. I had the person that was in charge of the Dysautonomia Foundation come on, and it was really cool. And we're going to do it again this year, but we're going to do other things as well, which I'm so looking forward to. You know, that's like something that I truly care about, is trying to give back to other communities and people that aren't as fortunate as me, you know. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Griffin Jax is going to pitch for Team USA. We did like jumping jacks for like all the home runs that were hit that day. And like we did squats for all the runs that were scored. And every time a run was scored, I had to do squats. It was crazy. I was pretty sore the next day. It was wild. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is up to bat. We're in the bottom of the 6th. There's nobody out. And the pitch to Vladdy. And that's down for a ball. So it's 1 ball and no strikes. Jack's on the hill. We'll talk a little bit more about him in just a few moments, but Vladdy is up. And the 1-0 pitch, he looked at the sweeper down the middle. Oh, my gosh. He took it all the way. And it's a 1-1 count. One ball, 1 strike to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And the next pitch, it looked a little bit low, but it's a called strike. And the count is now 1-2. Jack's on the mound. Winds up and fires. And Vladdy hits one out over the deep right center field. They'll stay in the ballpark, though, as Armstrong on the track maneuvers towards his left and will make the catch by the letters. And there's one away. Nice play. That was nice. So a fly out over to center in the bottom of the 6th. Machado in the box now. The pitch to Manny. That's inside. Taken for ball 1. Griffin Jax is now 31 years old. He's with the Tampa Bay Rays. He was a member of the Twins from 2021 till 2025. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball. Diving stop by Whitty. Gets up. Fires it over to first. And makes another great defensive play. He's just been doing it throughout this whole entire WBC. Really. And he makes it look so easy. It really makes me think a little bit about Jimmy Rollins. Just the way that he's just able to shoot on up and get it right into the bare hand. After making a diving stop, look at him. He just gets up and he just gets it into the bare hand very quickly, smooth transition, and firing a strike on over to first. And there's out number 2, bottom of the 6th. And Junior Caminero, who homered earlier in the game, is up, and he lines one out over to center field. Armstrong's there, no harm, no done, makes the catch, and the inning is done. A 1-2-3 inning for Griffin Jacks, and we're going to go to the top of the 7th. Pete Crow Armstrong, who made the catch to end the inning, will be due up first in the 7th. Wow. All right, let's go. Let's go, baby. You guys are the best, man. That's absolutely amazing. No, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. You know, I'm not doing it for clout. You know, I'm the type of person, like, you know, I really care, and I want to do some other good things too. And I feel like, I appreciate my Philly free community so much. I really do. I love this community. But I always have thought, like, all right, like, calling games is cool. And again, like, coming from the broadcasting background, like, yeah, of course. Like, that's the main bread and the butter. But I want to do more. I want to try to find other things that I can do on here that can actually make a difference. And do things that can, you know, inspire people. I know that there's other people that love doing or that want to do play-by-play that have reached out to me. They're like, you know, I'd like to talk to you, and I'm always open for phone calls and stuff like that. But I think that it's really cool to just be able to try new things and be able to also step out of the comfort zone. I think that that's really important, and that's something that I'm excited about doing this year. I know I keep saying that I can't really talk much else about it until, like, the season starts. And I'm somebody that does tend to leak things, but I'm trying to be careful, you know. Trying to remember if my 1-year anniversary of following JJ is April or May, says Doug. My dad dropped a 1. What's up, Dad? Thank you. Thank you, Mama. Yeah. Love you guys. Love that John Middleton based his decision on whether to sign Harper or Machado on a fan poll. That's true. Yeah. Nobody really talks about that. But that is so true, man. So true. All right. Time to go to the top of the 7th inning. Love you, man. Thank you. Salute. All right. Pete is up. It's PCA. Uribe is going to pitch. This is Abner Uribe. This guy fires. And speaking of fires, he just threw a 97-mile-per-hour heater that is in there for a called strike. Abner Uribe had a 1.67 ERA last year with the Brewers in 75 games. And he's just one of the main reasons why that bullpen was great. 0-1 pitch, fly ball, hit over towards medium depth center field. Rodriguez walks back about 2 steps, and he's there to make the catch by the letters for out number 1. Those are right down the middle. Justin, thank you so much for the sub, man. 19 subscribers away for us to get to 8,500 subs. It's great. By the way, that's now 5 USA batters retired in a row by this Dominican Republic pitching staff. Uribe comes set and deals and throws it at 98 at the knees. The balls, 1 strike to Bobby Witt Jr. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Singled back in the 3rd. And the 0-1 gets a piece of it and fouls it back towards the screen. David Bednar is warming up in the bullpen. No balls, 2 strikes to Bobby Witt Jr. in the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Went after the slider. That was a beautiful slider thrown by Uribe. Just went low and out of the zone. And the second out is made. 4 of the last 6 USA batters have struck out, either against Braziban or Uribe. And Bryce Harper is up. 2 outs in the pitch to Bryce, and he looks at the slider down the hatch for strike 1. Wouldn't be surprised if Uribe just throws him all sliders here and doesn't give him a fastball. The pitch went to a changeup there. It was not a fastball, but it was down for a ball. We've seen some amazing defense today from both sides. 2-1 USA, top of the 7th, nobody on, 2 outs, and here's the 1-1 to Harper. It's down and in for ball 2 at 98 miles per hour on the gun. Top 4 hitters today for Team USA, 4 for 12. 2-1 pitch to Harper. He grounds this one off the glove of the pitcher, back over towards Marte. He picks it up, throws it on over to first, and the inning is over. So Dominican Republic has now retired 7 straight USA batters in a row, and we are going to go to the bottom of the 7th inning, 2-1 USA. Damn. Let's go, baby. Justin and all the subs. And by the way, Joe with the with PJ with the 5 gifted memberships, DE with the $2 super chat. You guys are all the MVPs for today. I may overplay this, but I mean this from my heart. I do. Just hope you guys know that. Julio will lead it off for the Dominican Republic, and then it'll be Wells and Perdomo. That's 7, 8, and 9 due up in the batting order for Team Dominican Republic. And David Bednar is going to pitch for Team USA. He's been terrific for USA so far. He's gotten out of some big jams. That jam that he got himself into against Canada with runners over at second and third, and getting Josh Naylor on a 3-1 count to pop out. I mean, that was insane. That was unbelievable. There was runners over at second and third with nobody out. He got out of the inning. Was there nobody out? Or was there 1 out? I remember that there was at least, I knew it was at least 1 out. At most 1 out. All right. Come on, Bednar. Bednar's now with the Yankees. Spent time with the Pirates last year, of course, and was traded to the Yankees. And he struck out 86 batters in 62 innings. Had a 2.3 ERA in over 60 games. And I'll have to face Julio Rodriguez here, who has his Dominican necklace chain on. It's pretty cool. Red batting helmet as well. And here's the pitch thrown by Bednar to start off the bottom of the 7th. It's a strike. Nothing in 1. USA up 2-1. Bottom of the 7th. Nobody on. And here's the 0-1. It's a foul ball. I just realized Cal Raleigh is not playing in this game. They did not start Cal today. They put Will Smith in. No balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 7th. Bednar kicks, fires, and Rodriguez launches one out over to left field. He got it off the end of the bat, though, and Bobby Witt Jr. is there, and he makes the catch. I thought that was going to go further with the way that he swung at that ball. That was taken to my surprise, but he got underneath it and just hit it off the end of the bat. It went out to shallow left field, and Bobby Witt Jr. was there, and he caught it for out number 1. And it's Austin Wells who is up next. Wells is going to hit one out over to right field. Judge over towards the track. Won't be able to make the catch in the alleyway. And Judge is going to draw the throw over to the second baseman. And that was Bryce Terang. He was the cutoff man there. And Austin Wells gets on with a 1-out double. That went over Judge's head in that right center field alleyway, and then he had to play it as it bounced, and then it hit off the wall. There was no chance he was going to get Wells out at second. Just a mistake of a throw, or of a pitch, I should say, by David Bednar. All right. 1 out. The tying run is now at second. And here's Geraldo Perdomo, who looks at ball 1. Perdomo on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Him and Ketel Marte. I think it's safe to say that defensively they are the best middle infield in the league. They both play for the Diamondbacks. 1-0 pitch. There's a strike called. Could have gone either way. Pitch tracks, I think, said it was a little bit low. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Bottom of the 7th, 1 out. Tying run at second. And the 1-1 pitch is skied over towards the third base side, but it'll be a souvenir. There was a whole crowd of fans just trying to catch that ball. I don't think anybody caught it. One ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. It's up high for ball 2. Bednar's 31 years old. Was taken as a 35th round draft pick back in 2016. The 2-time All-Star with the 2-2 pitch. Line drive hit out over to center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. And thinking about going over to home and stopping the tracks over at third base is Austin Wells. That was a good throw by Pete Crow Armstrong. He would not have made it. But Wells just went on over to third. He doesn't have the best speed in the world, but Perdomo does get on, and now the tying run is over at third base. He lined it right over Bobby Witt Jr.'s head. No chance for him to catch that. Good throw by Pete. All right, got to hold him. Fernando Tatis Jr. is up. Oh, boy. Bednar's gotten out of 2 jams. 1 in each of his last 2 games. He has another one to deal with. Can he dial in? The pitch. Swing and a miss. Fernando is up. And up next, it's Ketel Marte. No balls, 1 strike. And here's the 0-1 to Tatis. It's inside. Tatis is over at third. Wells is over at third. Perdomo's at first. Tatis is batting. Bednar with his 12th pitch of the inning coming on up. And he deals from the stretch in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase after the splitter. Perdomo does advance over to second base. And so that does get rid of the double play. That'll put 2 runners in scoring position. Looked like Smith just dropped the ball. Wouldn't have had a chance to even get it over to Bobby Witt Jr. Infield now comes in, of course. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. The splitter worked before, and he is able to make it work again. Wow. Let's go. I was thinking, what if he goes back to that same pitch? And that time he did. It was a little bit more towards the center of the plate. And there's out number 2. A huge strikeout by Bednar to Fernando Tatis Jr. What a great sequence that was. 2 outs, and it's Ketel Marte who's up, and Marte will shoot the fastball foul and out of play. No balls, 1 strike. Marte in the box. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. And he was late on the fastball. Absolutely tardy. No balls, 2 strikes. 2-1 USA in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position. 0-2 pitch to Marte. Foul ball. Nothing and 2 to Marte. The stretch and the pitch. And it's up high at 97 miles per hour. Bednar is the 4th pitcher that USA has gone to in this game. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And time will be called by Marte. Of course, he's batting on the left side. 19 more subs for us to get to 8,500. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That splitter was on point in that inning for Bednar, and we go to the 8th inning. They were all low. Another opportunity squandered by Dominican Republic, but USA gets out of the jam once again. You don't use Bednar in this spot. Eat crow, my friend. I saw you in chat. I saw you. You don't use him here. Came through. And in that spot, honestly, that was the right decision to use him. It was. That was the right decision. And it also worked out. Let's go, baby. Folks, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. It's a 2-1 game. And you would, again, if you're just watching the scoreboard and you're just coming on here, you would think to yourself, well, this is a boring game so far. No. This has really felt like a chess match. There's been so much strategy going on between both of these teams. A lot of base runners, a lot of decisions, and just so much action in this game. It's been super action-packed. If you guys like what you hear, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell icons too. And that way you will know when we do go live. We covered the Phillies, the Sixers, the Eagles. We've been doing the WBC. We're also covering March Madness as well. And I'm excited about that. And we are doing other Major League Baseball games as well throughout the season. All right, Sir Anthony Dominguez is going to pitch. The former Philly is on the mound. Had a 3.16 ERA last year. And he's going to try to neutralize USA and keep it a one-run deficit for Dominican Republic. We'll see. We'll see if he does. Top of the 8th, and now it's Judge who's coming on up to the plate. He's 1 for 3. He's singled back in the first. 3, 4, 5, due up in the order. This is our 18th World Baseball Classic game we've done. We've been doing all the Japan games, all the Korea, and we did Chinese Taipei. We've been doing all those early games and the late ones. First pitch to Judge was fouled. Dominguez versus Judge. Who will win the battle? 0-1 to Judge. And he takes a sweeper on the outside edge for strike 2. So it's no balls and 2 strikes. We have 104 people watching. I'm sure that some of you have not hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you guys do that. We've been working our tails off on here. 0-2 pitch. That's down and away for a ball. Dominguez went to the splitter, and it actually would have been a wild pitch if there was a runner on. One ball, 2 strikes. Gunnar Henderson is in the hole. 1-2 the Judge. Swing and a miss. That splitter was nasty as well. That was hot. That was towards the inside corner of the plate. And Dominguez threw it towards the upper tier of the zone. And Judge is down on strikes for the second time today. Let's go, baby. Schwarber's in the box. Kyle Schwarber takes a fastball up high. Let's go, Kyle. Drop those crown emojis for King Schwarber. King Kyle. 1 ball and no strikes. We're in the top of the 8th with 1 away. It's a 2-1 USA game thanks to 2 solo shots, one by Gunnar and the other one by Roman Anthony. Dominguez comes set and deals, and Schwarber takes a sweeper on the outside corner for strike 1. One ball and 1 strike to Kyle Schwarber. The 1-1. It's down for ball 2. Come on. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 2-1 pitch to Kyle is way off the plate for ball 3. Saw Schwarber had a lot of homers against righties and lefties last year. The 3-1 to Kyle, down and inside for ball 4, and Schwarber gets on for the 3rd time today. Let's go. Are they going to pinch run for Kyle? That's the other question. Looks like Gunnar is up. Charge! Are they going to pinch run for Kyle? I would. I would pinch run. But I don't think that they're going to. Oh, they are. They are. Ernie Clement is going to pinch run for Schwarber. Good for DeRosa, man. Really good for DeRosa. Clement is now over at first. And the pitch to Gunnar Henderson. And that's in there for a strike. I can't believe he did it. Wow. No balls, 1 strike. We're in the top of the 8th. USA is up to bat, and the 0-1 pitch. Check swing, did he go? He did not. That pitch was outside. Gunnar homered earlier in the game, back in the 4th inning. And so did Roman Anthony. 1-1. There's a sweeper at the knees taken for strike 2. So again, Ernie Clement is pinch running for Schwarber at first. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the 1-2 pitch is taken low for ball 2. All right, 19 more subs, man. 19 more subscribers till we get to 8,500. Oh, we're so close, chat. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch. Ground ball hit over towards the second baseman. The throw over to second. There's 1. Here's the throw to first base. Vladdy, did he hang on? He did. It's a 4-6-3 double play, and the inning is over. 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and more drama in the action out at Lone Depot Park. Oh, boy. That is too bad. That opportunity was squandered there. Can't believe he grounded out. Hit into the double play. All right. It's all about the pitching. The pressure is on. The pressure is on for the pitching. All right, 19 more subs. Let's go. Tell me where you're tuning in from down below, and I'll shout you out. Where's everybody tapping on in from? Let's go. Let's go. Oh. 6 more outs to go for the USA. Come on, can they get the win? Can they get the win? Shout yourself out. Where are you tuning on in from? I'll give you a shout out right now. This sucks. I don't know where that is. Where's that? Let's go, baby. Let's go. I know we got one person tuning on in from the Bay Area. That's this guy. Let's go, baby. Come on. I'm from Hancock, Minnesota. Gwinnett County, Georgia. Shout out to you. Where else do we got? Oakland, California. I knew it was the Bay Area. Gotta give me that. Cleveland, let's go. Yes. Cleveland, Ohio. Denton, Maryland. Yes. 17 more subs. Let's go. I'm in North America. I'm in This Sucks USA. Let's go. I know exactly where that is. Let's go, baby. Awesome. Yes, JJ knows what's up. Absolutely, man. I have to go to the Bay Area sometime. I really do. Yes, sir. Lancaster, PA. Shout out to you. Wilmington, Delaware. Love Wilmington, man. Got to call games for the Blue Rocks and for the Blue Coats. I know what's up over there. It's great. Love Wilmington. I miss it. I really do. I miss doing that. I miss going to those games. I actually did go see the Sixers practice. It was the red and blue scrimmage that they have every year. That was really awesome. But I have to go see the Jersey Shore Blue Claws when they're in town in Wilmington. All right, let's go. Okay, bottom of the 8th, Garrett Whitlock's going to pitch. He did very well his last time up. Rusty Massey, thank you so much for the sub over on YouTube. I really appreciate you. Redding, PA, born Texas. Let's go. Monroe, Ohio. Yes, yes, yes. Love it. All right. Bottom of the 8th, and it's Juan Soto who is up to bat. Lock in. Soto versus Whitlock. Soto is 0 for 3. Whitlock plays for the Red Sox, and the first pitch is down and in for a ball at 85 miles per hour. Pete Crow Armstrong is now out in left field, and Byron Buxton is in center. That's the defensive changes that are made in this game. 1-0 pitch. That's a foul ball. So Pete is now out in left. The pitch, and that is in there for a called strike 2. Judge stays in right. Left field for Pete, and center field for Buxton. 1-2 on the way. Strike 3 called. Got a slider, and Soto was looking at it. And there's one gone in the bottom of the 8th inning. Good. We'll take it. Yes, we will. Means that Buxton is going to hit in the top of the 9th. Vladdy comes up, and he takes a ball that's at 95 miles per hour, and it's low. 17 more subs. Let's go, man. Ooh. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a slider. Count is now 1-1 in the bottom of the 8th with 1 out. The pitch to Vladdy. Swing and a miss. Vladdy tonight, 1 for 3. One ball, 2 strikes in the 1-2. Here it comes. It's down for ball 2. Honestly, I don't even know if that was even strike 3, but 2-2 pitch. Check swing, did he go? He did not. And the count's now 3-2. Sort of wishes he had a ABS system, said somebody on Twitter. Yeah, I'm happy that they brought that up. 'Cause that did look like a ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Whitlock kicks, fires, and that's fouled over towards the right side. Three balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Ground ball hit back over towards Whitlock. He has it. He'll jog on over to first, and the underhanded throw is in time to Bryce Harper. There's out number 2. Big outs. Big outs. And up next is Manny Machado. Strikeouts, looking, and a ground out over to second. Not a lot of hitting in this game so far. All 3 runs have come from a solo home run. 2 gone, bottom of the 8th. It's 2-1 USA. Winner of this game moves on to the finals. The pitch. That's outside for a ball. The finals will be on Tuesday. And the winner of this game will have to face the winner of tomorrow's game, as the 1-0 is swung on and missed. And that game will be Italy versus Venezuela. One ball, 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Tying run is up at the plate. It's Manny Machado. And the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Whitlock went to the slider, and it was down. And Machado chased on after it. One ball, 2 strikes to Manny Machado. Didn't realize that Machado was the captain of the team. He has the C on his chest. One more strike to get out of the 8th. But Machado first will call for time. One ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch to Manny Machado. Down and away for ball 2. Let's go. 15 more. Oh, 15 more. This is great. Thank you all so much. Rusty, thank you for the sub. 2-2 pitch, here it comes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That slider was down and away. Garrett Whitlock gets the job done. Gets a 1-2-3 inning. And we go to the ninth. 2-1 USA. Let's go. All right, Will Smith is due up to bat. Let's go. All right, folks, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. All right, we go on for Phillies baseball, Sixers basketball, Eagles football. We're covering the World Baseball Classic. We've been doing, this is our 19th game that we've covered from the WBC. We've been fully committed to the grind, and it's been a lot of fun. We do a lot of baseball content during the baseball season. If you guys love what you hear with the play-by-plays, I really do suggest that you subscribe to this channel because you are not going to want to miss out on all the other games that we do. We don't just do the Phillies, guys. We do Sunday Night Baseball. We do games during the week as well, and we also have this thing that we do called MLB Diamond Zone, which is basically like Red Zone, but it's for baseball, and it's so awesome. I do like a radio style of a play-by-play. I change the scores. It's really easy to follow along if you're a big baseball fan like me. And you get to listen to like 9-10 games all at once, which is really awesome. So make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well, as we do go to the ninth inning. Oh, I'm so excited. 15 more subs till we get to 8,500. Let's go. All right. Yes, yes, yes. And I would definitely shout you guys out. You guys are absolutely awesome. Now what are we at? 14 now? Let's go. JJ does nearly all the Phillies games. Yep, exactly. I do nearly all of them. I try my best, man. It gets tough because it's 162. And, of course, you know, trips and stuff come on in there. But I try to do as many as I can. I really do. We are so committed to the grind. And it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy this. All right. So we go to the top of the ninth inning. Camilo Doval is going to come on in to pitch for Team Dominican Republic, and Will Smith is going to come on up to bat for Team USA. Let's go. 14 more, baby. Let's go, baby. Love it. Doval with the Giants and the Yankees last year had a 3.58 ERA in 69 games. In 65 and a third of an inning, he struck out 72 batters, and he walked 35. He'll have to face Will Smith here. Smith, of course, has faced Doval a lot of times when he was on the Giants. Top of the ninth. It's 2-1 USA. And we have a timeout. Oh, we got a pitch clock violation called on Doval, and it's a 1-0 count. He did not start his windup on time. And it didn't even show that the pitch clock was winding down. Nothing. So it's 1 ball, no strikes to Will Smith. Doval gets set, kicks, deals, and the pitch is inside at 98 miles per hour for ball 2. The first pitch that he throws is taken for ball 2. I always like saying that. I think that's so funny. 2 balls, no strikes. Doval kicks, deals. That looked outside, but it's called a strike. It was a cutter at 98 miles per hour. Tonight, Will is 1 for 3. The 2-1 pitch to Smith. Down and away for ball 3. He did. 3 balls, 1 strike. The 3-1 pitch on the way. Foul ball. We'll be covering some Yankees games. Don't you worry. 3-2 is the count to Will Smith. Duvall comes set below the letters, the 3-2 pitch, and that's a called strike 3 on the inside corner. It was a good pitch by Duvall, and there's out number 1 in the top of the 9th inning. That was a nasty pitch. You throw it in that spot, and it's all a matter of do you get the call there, and he did. He did. So Smith strikes out looking. And the pitch, this is to Byron Buxton, and he takes it down for a ball. Ten of the last 11 hitters for Team USA have been retired. The 1-0, it's outside for ball 2. And during that stretch, 6 of them have struck out. 2 balls and no strikes to Byron Buxton. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. And here's the 2-0 to Byron. He pops it up right behind home plate, and it'll be a souvenir. Mason Miller is warming up in the bullpen, and he will pitch in the bottom of the 9th. He'll have to face Caminero, Rodriguez, and Wells. 2 balls, 1 strike to Byron Buxton. 1 out, and the pitch to Byron. That was off the plate, but it's called strike 2. Sump was having a good game. But then in just this inning, and even in the 8th inning, struggled. 2-2 pitch. It's lined foul over towards the right side. That's now 3 bad calls in these last 2 innings, or whatever you want to call it, really the last full inning. Duvall comes set below the letters, kicks, fires, and Buxton strikes out. 7 of the last 11 USA hitters have struck out against Dominican Republic pitching. Gosh. Can you believe that? The last extra base hit that they had was Roman Anthony's home run. That came back in the 4th. Now it's Bryce Terang who comes up, and he fouls off the cutter that's thrown at 98. It's a 0-1 count. DR fans look defeated. That was a while ago. I just saw that. 0-1 pitch. Foul ball. Right back over towards the left side. Severino started today for Dominican Republic, and Paul Skenes started for Team USA. USA leads it 2-1 in the top of the 9th. 2 outs, no balls, and 2 strikes to Bryce Terang, and nobody on. 0-2 pitch, check swing. Did he go? He did not. One and 2 is the count to Bryce. The windup and the pitch. Chopper hit over towards the first base side, and Guerrero plays it on the hop and takes it right to the bag for out number 3. Maybe it was going to slice foul, did not though. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for Dominican Republic. USA is 3 outs away from moving on and going back to the WBC Finals. Let's go. It's Money Miller time. Drop those money icons. 14 more subs till we get to 8,500. Let's go, baby. Drop the money icons, and I better see some flags in the chats. Better see them. Let's go. Three more outs, baby. Gosh. Let's see. There's the flags. I need to see those dollar icons for Money Miller. Well, we need Mason Miller to be on fire. We do. Yes, we do. Oh, let's go. It's Mason Money Miller time. Yes, it is. After the game is done, we will have a breakdown of what happened in this game between USA and Dominican Republic. And you guys better stay on for the post-game show because we have a lot to discuss in this game. And I made sure that I took all my notes. Okay? We're going to get on into it right after the game is over. And then I got to spend some time cutting some shorts. And, yes. All right. Maddie with the follow over on Twitch. Thank you so much. Mason Miller is now pitching 2.63 ERA last year. In 61 2/3 of an inning, he struck out 104 batters. Let's go. Yes. All right. Bottom of the ninth. And Miller is out there on the mound. He needs 3 outs to send USA back to the finals. He'll face Junior Caminero first. It's 1 for 3. He homered back in the second off of Paul Skenes on a hanging slider towards the top tier of the zone. First pitch to Caminero. It's a fastball and it's fouled off. That thing was thrown at 101. And if you're an A's fan or if you're a Padres fan, that doesn't necessarily surprise you. Because that's just what he does. The ball's 1 strike to Junior Caminero. And here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. He was late on that. That thing hit 102. You throw him another one here, chat? No balls. 2 strikes. Bottom of the ninth. Miller on the mound. Caminero in the box. Here's the 0-2. Foul ball. That was another fastball, and it was above the zone. Julio Rodriguez is up next. No balls. 2 strikes. Miller gets set at the belt. All eyes on him. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's going to get by the catcher on the drop, strike 3. The throw over to first. It's in time. Out number 1 recorded. Let's go. All right, they got the out. Nice play by Will Smith to at least get up and be able to make that throw. And an excellent slider thrown by Mason Miller. All right, 1 gone, baby. Drop those cha-chings. See more dollar icons in the chat. It's Julio Rodriguez up now, and he takes a slider inside for ball 1 at 88 miles per hour. We are 13 subs away from 8,500 subs. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch inside for ball 2. O'Neal Cruz is in the on-deck circle, and he will pinch hit for Austin Wells. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0, and that's high for ball 3. Oh, boy. It's missing. Went inside twice and then just went high. 3 balls, no strikes to Julio Rodriguez. And the 3-0, it's called a strike. He got the call there, hit the upper tier of the zone, and it was. J-Rod is 0 for 2. Made an excellent catch, though, to rob Aaron Judge on an extra base hit. What could have been potentially a home run in center field. 3 balls, 1 strike to Julio Rodriguez. And the 3-1 pitch, it's low for ball 4. And the tying run is over at first base. Oh, gosh. And it's O'Neal Cruz who's going to pinch hit for Austin Wells. Power versus power. He's 3 for 4 in the World Baseball Classic so far. He's hit 2 long balls and has 4 RBI. Let's go. 13 more subs. Timeout taken on the mound. Let's go. Smash that like button. Smash that sub button. Again, thank you all so much for being on here. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We go on for Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles games. We're covering the World Baseball Classic. This is our 19th WBC game that we have covered, and we love baseball. We cover Sunday Night Baseball. We do a lot of baseball content on this channel, and it's such a blast. Subscribing to the channel is free. We are so close, so close to getting to 8,500. And again, all of you guys for being here. It really means a lot that you guys have been supporting the channel. You guys are the best. Bottom of the 9th, 1 out. O'Neal Cruz is in the box. And he will come on up to the plate right now. He just is introduced. Okay. Lock in. Tying runs at first. Rodriguez, that's the runner. He can fly. First pitch. That's outside. It's going to bounce away from Will Smith, and going over to second is Julio Rodriguez. It bounced off his glove, and it went towards his left, and Rodriguez is now in scoring position. That's going to go down as a pass ball. It was outside the pitch, and he had to move his glove. They're going to call it a wild pitch? I disagree. Should have had it. 1 ball, no strikes to O'Neal Cruz in the pitch. Swing and a miss. One ball, 1 strike. Miller kicks, fires, and Smith does a good job backhanding that pitch. It was in the dirt. The count is 2-1. Three balls, 1 strike to O'Neal Cruz. Or 2 balls, 1 strike, excuse me. Miller kicks, fires, swing and a miss. 101 on the gun. Right down the heart and soul of the plate. Up next is Geraldo Perdomo. Fasten those seatbelts. Rodriguez leads off over at second. Cruz pinch hitting for Austin Wells. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The 2-2 pitch. Ground ball hit over towards the shortstop. The runner from second goes over to third. The throw to first, though, is just in time for out number 2. Rodriguez is 90 feet away from scoring, but USA is 1 out away from going back to the finals. O'Neal hustled. He did. And they just got him out by 1/4 of a step. Wow. Season on the line for Dominican Republic. USA, can they hang on? First pitch to Perdomo. It's high for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch to Perdomo. It's called strike 1 at 101 on the top tier of the zone. Let's go. 1 ball and 1 strike to Geraldo Perdomo. He's 1 for 2 today. Third baseman in, shortstop deep. They're playing him the pole. 1-1 pitch. Strike 2 taken on the outside corner. And just like that, Dominican Republic is down to its final strike. Mason Miller, 1 strike away from sending USA back to the finals in the World Baseball Classic. Can he do it? 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 on the way. It's outside and high for ball 2. That reached 102 again. He's reached 100 miles per hour or more on 13 of his 15 pitches. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 more strike to go. The 2-2 on the way. It's down for ball 3. Took the slider. And Perdomo thought about it for a sec. Three balls, 2 strikes to Geraldo Perdomo. The payoff pitch on the way. It's fouled over towards the left side. And out of play. Come on, man. 13 more subs. 1 more strike. Let's go. Rodriguez over at third. Bottom of the 9th. 2-1 USA. 2 outs. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Miller on the mound versus Perdomo. The 3-2 pitch. Here it comes. It's another foul ball. Another foul ball. Three balls, 2 strikes. What an at-bat by Perdomo so far. Miller gets set at the belt, kicks, fires, and a cold strike 3. It looked a little bit low, but USA is going back to the finals. Ringing the bell, USA wins. Let's go! Hallelujah, they did it! I can't believe that they called it a strike. But wow, the baseball gods were on our side. Crazy. Wow. The baseball gods were on our side tonight. And man, does it feel good to go back to the finals. I wasn't going to be this guy. I said that they were going to have to keep it close, and they were going to have to pitch really well against this Dominican Republic team. I did not think that they were going to win this game. I'm shocked. I am shocked that they won this game. Dominican Republic had a lot of opportunities. But the defense from this USA team was so strong. And your pitching had to have been perfect against this Dominican Republic team. Because USA put up 2 runs in the 4th. And the difference of this game was the solo shot by Roman Anthony. There was no scoring other than that. And both teams had a lot of chances. I thought, Dominican Republic is probably going to take the lead here. Nope. I thought USA was going to add on a couple more runs here. Nope. It all came down to the stellar pitching again by Bednar in that 8th inning. You go back to the jam that he was in right there. That's now 3 times in a row where he's in a jam, whether he gets himself into one or he comes on into that situation. And he got out of it. Credit to him. Garrett Whitlock pitched very well in that 8th inning. Sorry, 7th inning was Bednar. 8th inning was Whitlock. And then 9th inning was Miller. Miller did not look the best that I've seen him today. He still was really good. Again, I'm being very nitpicky here. But Perdomo had a phenomenal at-bat. The pitch was low. I don't like how that was a part of my final call there, but I had to call it like it is because that's just me. But gosh, that was an incredible at-bat. We saw a lot of drama tonight. We saw 2 teams that were really hungry. And I don't know if it felt like this to you guys, but this, again, felt like another playoff atmosphere. And we're only in March. We're just in March. And yet this is the type of intense baseball that we are getting. Caminero, not a bad pitch from Paul Skenes. It was a slider that was towards the upper tier of the zone. I don't know how he was able to have enough power to hit that thing out because it wasn't a terrible pitch. The slider missed its spot, but it wasn't a bad pitch. And yet he still was able to launch it on out. The catch by Julio Rodriguez, taking away at least an extra base hit from Judge. I think it could have been a home run. And then Judge with the diving catch against Juan Soto. And also the gun over to third base. It was a missile to get Tatis out at third. Whether or not you think you should have went there, it's up to you. I acknowledge you had to make a perfect throw to get Tatis out at third base. You can look and say, well, he shouldn't have went. But guess what? Judge made the throw, and if he doesn't make that throw there, then we don't talk about it. But that was awesome. So many chances with runners in scoring position tonight, guys. So many opportunities. 6 men were left on base for USA. They were 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Dominican Republic was 2 for 9, and they left 8 guys on base. That's why USA won. That's why they pitched so well. Jax, Rogers, Bednar, Whitlock, and Miller combined only gave up 2 hits, and they struck out 6 batters. They only give up 2 hits. The only guy that gave up the 2 hits was Bednar. Everybody else did not give up a hit. They were outstanding today. And you needed them to be because your offense was bad. Your offense did not do a good job. I'm shocked. I thought that, again, Pete Crow Armstrong and Bryce Terang, I know that they ended up going 0 for 7 combined. But I said that DeRosa needs to move them up in the order. Would that have made a difference today? I don't know. But this lineup is struggling. Every hitter struck out except for Gunnar. Every single hitter struck out. USA struck out 15 times today. And yet they won this game. But they're going back. It's crazy. Great defense all the way throughout most of the game. You had a couple of mistakes. One that Bobby Witt Jr. usually makes all the time when he knocked down the ground ball. And again, if that gets by him right there, right? He did make the stop. That gets by him. This is a different game. It is. How about that double play to end the 8th inning from Gunnar Henderson after Kyle Schwarber gets on with a single, and then Gunnar grounds into that 4-6-3 double play. That was terrible. But this was a very good... I don't want to diminish this, because while they had chances, I have to also acknowledge that Dominican Republic's pitching staff today with Mejia, everybody except for Soto, pitched their tails off. They pitched really, really well. So I have to give them credit too, because they fought. This was one of those games where you just say to yourself, wow. This was really fought hard. They had 7 pitchers pitch for them today. Their bullpen actually did really well too. They only gave up 2 hits as well. The difference was Soto's home run that he allowed to Roman Anthony. Their bullpen went 5 2/3, and they only gave up 2 hits. They pitched just as well as we did. That's what it comes down to, man. It's a game of inches. It's a game of inches. And this was a very well-fought game, and we got everything that we wanted. I know that some of you guys are some of you really enjoy high-scoring games back and forth, like what happened yesterday with Venezuela and Japan, and that was fun. This was well-fought. This was scratching and clawing. This was, I'm sending my best pitchers out there on the mound, and I'm going to take advantage of certain situations, and if I get into a jam, I'm getting out of it. That's what this was. And they had to scratch for those runs. Crazy. Unbelievable. David, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate that. Anything else that I have yet to say? Mark DeRosa. Pitching-wise, managed this game very well. Bednar is your 7th inning guy because Mason Miller is your 9th inning guy. And the 8th inning guy is Garrett Whitlock. We've seen it a lot of times in this WBC, and it's worked. It's worked very well, and I like that. I like it very, very much. I was surprised that he pinch ran for Kyle Schwarber. I know that Gunnar grounded into the double play. I didn't think he was going to do it, and he did. So I got to give him credit again, because I thought that he managed the pitching staff and the game itself very well. I didn't like the lineup today. That's the only thing. But other than that, everything else worked, and he got the win. So, those are my takes, though, on this game. Let me know what you guys think, though, down below. Severino, I didn't even get to talk about him. I thought that he pitched well. I was a little bit shocked that Albert took him out when he did. I know that he gave up the home run to Gunnar. But he still had, how many pitches left did he have? He was at 68 pitches. They wanted to put in Gregory Soto. I didn't think that that was necessarily the best move. They wanted him to face Roman Anthony, and Anthony made him pay. That move was the reason why that they lost. It wasn't the reason. It wasn't the sole reason, but that did give USA the lead, and it ended up not working out. That's for sure. And that's all I got to say. Great game. A lot of fun. We'll be back on tomorrow night. We will be covering the Phillies game in the afternoon, I believe. I have to double check that. Do the Phillies play tomorrow afternoon? Are they on tomorrow afternoon? Let's check that now. But we are going to be on tomorrow night, chat. We will be on tomorrow night, and we will cover the Italy versus Italy versus Venezuela game. We will be covering that tomorrow. No Phillies cast. That game is not going to be aired. Okay. So it'll be on tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. And then we got the finals. That'll be great. I love you all very much. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe on your way out. I will catch you all tomorrow. Great win for USA. Let's go, baby. All right. Peace.